URT. Welcome to the URT. We are the URT. You are the URT. Pick up everybody. Tonight, apologies, people. I should have been live at 9. Apologies. It's Ramadan. I was eating with a friend, people, family, and all sorts of things. And yeah, I've just been running late all day, been running around. So apologies. Please forgive us. And yeah, we've got an interesting show for you tonight, people. Interesting show for you tonight. Ruben Amorim holds Jack Fletcher and Jack Morrows in high regard, while he doesn't guarantee for the end of this. And on these two. Easy Game TV. Big up to Game TV. Big up to AIM. Yeah, fraud time, innit? Exposing the frauds, man. Time to expose the frauds. To be fair, some of them are sheep, and some of them just want to be positive sexuals, innit? They just want to be so positive. Everything has to be positive. They don't want to. They live in this delusion of positivity where they don't call stuff out, and they're supposed to be United fans. Now, I'm saying this. I don't think everybody has to think like we think on this channel. I believe that I have that much about me that I know that nobody has to do those. But not calling out the actual facts and spinning the facts into some sort of positivity. No, mate. No, mate. I'm not having it. I'm not having this PR delusion. And we're going to get personal tonight. We are going to get personal. I'm sorry. Because I see these like bots, like internet bots. It's too many bots, man. I've never interacted with before. Never. All of a sudden coming out the woodwork. I'll go through some of the answers on my thing. Bombaye, your device is not connecting. Your device is not connecting. So come back. Try again, Bombaye, but we're going to see. So big up to everybody. Please smash a like, subscribe to the channel. If you don't like people being called out, then this is not the channel for you. This is the therapy channel here. Not to tell the truth, but nothing but the truth. We speak about the truth as we see it. Now, there are some people, there might be some of the truth, but the facts are the facts. What Jim Glazer has done in hand with the Glazers and what he's doing. And by the way, it's not just 5%. I was on a live last night. I spoke to Stu, and Stu told me his season ticket's gone up by at least 15%. So some parts of the ground is 5%. Some of the parts of the ground is 15%. So that's why any of you come over here and go, what is that about? It's only 5%. No, not all of the season tickets cost the same. There are different tier pricing. So some of them have gone up 5%. Some of them have gone up 15%. Yes, it's the truth. So get with it, people. Sancho will never be bigger. Listen, I'm not asked about Sancho. Whether United will sell him. We got bigger fucking fish to fry, bro. Got bigger fish to fry than Sancho, man. And now they also announced that they're going to be anywhere around the dugout. They're going to be. So half of the stadium is going to be full of corporate. Can you guys hear me? Can you see me all right? Big up to you, Jarvis. If that's you, Jarvis. Jump on if you're free, Jarvis. Jump on. No problem if you're not. Yeah, big up Jack James. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being honest. Talk to us. Why are you to me, James? Talk to me. Tell me. Hey, big up to you. Is my Wi-Fi all right, or is it really bad?
It's very jittery, your Wi-Fi, bro. You break up, winged.
Right.
It's all sorts. It was like that on the other last stream we did as well. It's pinging all over the shop. Yep, all uphill from here, guys. All uphill from here. Welcome to the URT. We're talking today. We're naming and shaming the bootlickers. Oof, bit heavy, that bit heavy. I mean, I'm of the opinion, if you want to give INEOS a chance and you've got another idea, that opinion is welcome. You're welcome. For me, I don't speak for the channel, because I guess time will tell. Um, right now, not impressed though. Not looking good at all. Jury's definitely out. But if there's anybody that has a take on INEOS that is not the popular take on this channel, you're welcome to pop it in the chat. You'll probably get chewed out, but just take it with a pinch of salt. That's how it is. So apparently, ticket price hike is on. Jim Glazer has alluded that they will go up next season, but only by a little bit more. Only by a little bit more. I suppose that new stadium's got to be financed somehow, right? It's like you've got to fund the wars, so you've got to fund the new stadiums. What can you do? Uh, So what's any interesting takes other than INEOS out, INEOS this, INEOS that? That's pretty clear. Any alternatives to that? Let's have it in the comments, please, and put your rationale there too. Not wrong with that. Not wrong with that. We're all United fans at the end of the day, ultimately, and we all want what's best for the club. We may have different feelings and different opinions of how to get there. Lord knows we've been through the mill together a hell of a lot. So yeah, let's hear it. Have Chris. So Philip 18. Good evening, Donny B. Good evening, everybody in the comments. Big up yourselves. Um, there you go, Jamie Wayne. Um, that's there for you all to read. Nicely done, Jamie. Big up, Kadeen. What was the price? So Chiku's asking the price. I think we're at £66 flat rate across the board. Doesn't matter if you're a child, doesn't matter if you're an elderly, doesn't matter anything. £66 for a bum on a seat is how I understand it. If that's wrong, somebody let us know in the comments. Philip 1890, Manchester United fan group.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Maya, can you hear me?
Back. It was going so well, man. Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, bro. Hello? You're just gonna have to roll with it, bro. It just freezes a little bit, and then sometimes your voice goes in and out. But it is what it is, man. We'll crack on with it. So yeah, I was just reading a comment out. Have criticised the club's decision. Manchester United fan group 1958 have criticised the club's decision to increase ticket prices for senior supporters, branding it a total disgrace. I mean, I have to say, these guys have got some balls, They've got some balls at this time to announce a new stadium that coincides with the increases that are just okay, increases to your average fan, but to the elderly, to the concessions, the kids, a flat £66. I don't know. That's a lot of money. So, I take my hat off to you if you're somebody that pays to go on a weekly or fortnightly basis, if you've got a season ticket, if you take the kids there, it's an expensive do. You're not getting out of there with you and just one of your children for what? Should we say 150? Getting there, maybe, half time, snacks. That's 66, £132 for the tickets, £18, let's say, for snacks, parking, whatever you want to call it. About 150. 150, you're looking at about £35,000 a year job. What's the average salary in England nowadays? Somewhere in like 27,000, something like that. So not cheap at all. And if you go to the stadium, God knows what you're going to get in terms of performance. So it's a risk, but I do take my hat off to you guys that go. Yes, Dino. You're muted, brother.
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, you're better, man. We're back.
Well, apologies, people. Apologies for internet. Internet's going mad tonight.
Do you know? Do you know? Did you hear of any £47 tickets for the Europa League games, or are we talking 66 standard? Somebody says there was.
I don't know. Listen, all I know is that some of the ticket hike, the price hike is gone to 15%. It's not just 5%. 5% in some areas in the stadium. Other areas it's up to 15%.
Wow. Do you know anything about the areas specific to the
Yeah,
increase of 15%? Where are we
like
going?
somebody called Delta. So I wanted to hear from James. James, I need you, Jack James. I need you. I want to hear why you confess yourself your sins. This is the therapy channel. Why you say, Nuruddin, I'm an INEOS bootlicker. We want to know why do you support Jim? I really want to hear the reasons why. So yeah, please share with us.
Bootlicker, that's cold, you know. Bootlicker, that is bad. That is a
Yeah,
bad one. You're
yeah.
killing them with that. You're taking no prisoners with that. Could have been sympathizers, you know, bootlickers, you know, bam.
Nah, the bootlickers, mate. Because the damage what's been done to the football club.
Mm.
And that's what I'm saying to you. This is the therapy channel, Bumbaye. Here, you bring your delusions, and throughout, just talking and having a conversation, the rest will be set. So big up to everybody. Big up to Jamie Wayne and everybody else. But we're gonna start in a shame. But how are you, Bumbaye? Are you well?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you, bro. Can't complain. How about yourself?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you're looking back to your old handsome, sprightly self. You was
Yeah,
down in
let's
the
hope that
dumps.
continues, bro. That continues. Thank you so much
Long
for the
may it
food.
continue.
Thank you so much for the beautiful food. He's a bad boy chef, Bumbaye. He hasn't just got a smooth voice, people. He's a bad boy chef.
Mm,
I got the food today. Big up to Lefty. Big up to our Has. Dropped it off for me. So big
good
up to him.
stuff. Yeah, man. Good.
Thanks for the nice food.
My pleasure, bro. Anytime. I'm gonna see you Tuesday, yeah?
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you Tuesday at Playfair.
What are we doing?
Everybody's getting together. Break bread.
Oh, is it Eid?
No,
No.
just getting together, man. Boys.
Oh, okay. Okay. We're gonna get some food. Okay. What time?
It's date is set, time ain't 100% set, but we'll have to be there before fasting breaks, you know what I mean? About
Oh,
6.
okay, around 6. Okay, we're gonna
Yeah,
get some food. Okay.
5, 6. So
All right.
you gather that the tickets are going up because I watched that Jim Ratcliffe interview and he confessed next season prices are going up, but he says they're only going up by a little bit. So it doesn't matter a little bit or a lot. It's high as it is now. So what we're pushing 70. So
Well, that's
70
what I'm
quid.
saying. 66 quid. Some of them are remaining to be 66 quid. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Whether
some will
you're
go
elderly,
to
disabled, or whatever. Yeah. Some of them are 66 quid. Yeah. He tried to
yeah.
squirm his way out of it. He tried to like do mental gymnastics to tell the fans, no, it's that will return. No, it ain't nothing to do with that. Tickets available on the day for seniors, for disabled, or for children were 66 quid. BS, mate.
Hmm. MA says price increases are just in line with all other price increases like council tax, etc.
No, they're not. But guess what? The rate of inflation is in the UK, Bombay, 2%. Inflation is at 2%, right?
Yep.
Now, why are you bringing it up to 5% then? If the inflation is at 2%, why are you bringing it up to 5%?
Because we're worth it. We're worth it because we're
No,
amazing.
we're not worth it. No, we're not worth it. Stop chatting, Maka. But anyway, people, we're going to name and shame people tonight. We're going to name, and like I said, some
Oh
of these
dear.
people might be. Some of these people genuinely might be. They might be, those positive sexuals that stuff, or a lot of them are just who they are. And this is what I see on X, or what we used to call Twitter. I'm calling it out. I'm not having it. I'm calling it out, and we're gonna say it. One guy I'm definitely calling out is a fella called Davi. I don't know if you know him, Davi. I'm calling them out.
Bro, how the hell am I going to know any of these guys? I'm not on social media. But before you
That's what I'm
start kicking
saying, you're
ass,
not on
let me
social
just
media.
tip my hat to Ben and Donny B. That's a lovely comment at Donny B. Big up, King. Always our day will come for reunited Ireland. Is that our cue to say Chucky Allah? I
Let me
don't know if it is or not.
know, jump on, Ben. Ben, I hope you're feeling better, mate. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Let me know if you're feeling better. I can send you the link.
Big up, Ben.
If you're feeling better, if you want to jump on, you can jump on, fella. No problem. Let me know.
That's a good one. That's a good one. From Jack James Dino is saying, yes, let's be real. INEOS are just glazers, but with a British passport. Pretty well put that.
Yeah.
Big up, Danny B. What's wrong with my eyes? Donny B. I'm thinking Donny van der Beek. Sorry, bro. Danny B. Forgive me. Big up, Danny. Big up, Danny boy, man. Jack James facts. Yep. So what are we doing tonight? Are we just gonna are we laying into people tonight?
I am. I'm calling it. I'm calling them out. I'm sorry,
right.
Bombay.
Man, I think you should. You could do with somebody who's on social media who knows who we're talking about.
Everybody knows about the Glazers. Everybody knows about the Glazers. Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
So we know about Glazers.
Yeah.
We know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And now Jim Glazer has joined the Glazers, and he's doing what the Glazers have dreamt about. He's made it's like Jim Radcliffe is the Glazers' wet dreams coming reality.
Savior, innit? Saved them
at the. He's their dream that comes true. He would not be able. Glazers would not be able to do this by themselves. I promise you. I promise you. So let's get into it. I know one guy called Davy, and he's like.
Where'd you know him from?
This guy here. No, I just know him on social media. This guy here. You know what I mean? He's got a bit of a following. He's got a YouTube channel. He's on out here. He's constantly making those. I don't mind, like, you know, being a fan club and all of that. So yeah, he's part of your lot, innit? You know, the Bruno club. But like I was saying to you, I can disagree with players. I can disagree with players. Let me just say this: I can disagree with
Bruno
players.
living in Dino's head rent free. What's going on, Dino? Come on, don't bring him into this.
No.
This is a different show,
what I'm saying to you, Bombay. Listen, Bombay, this is what I'm saying to you. I can disagree or agree with somebody about Bruno. I can agree or disagree about that, right? I can disagree about somebody posting a lot about what's going on with the football and everything like that. But when it comes to the football club, nah, mate. When you're talking about the football club, nah, sorry, mate. I'm sorry. When you're talking about INEOS, when you're talking about what's going on, So like it's it's a bit for me, but let me just I'm trying to find the post where my guys, because I come across this thing what he was saying, but I'm just trying to find the damning evidence. So
while you're doing that, Habibi, you've got a super chat from Aminur Rashid. He says the Qataris may have come in and sacked people, Nuruddin? Question mark.
And then I would have told the truth about them, but from everything that I understand from the Qataris, I don't think it's not the Qataris for me. I don't care. I don't care where you're from, who owns the football club. I'm Rashid. What I care about is that I wanted a full sale, right? I wanted a full sale
to get rid of the Glazers.
So listen to me. I don't care whether you are from Qatar or from Timbuktu. I wanted full sale. I wanted it to get rid of the debt. I wanted a new stadium, right? And I wanted Manchester United Football Club, the women's to be treated with respect, women's team. And I wanted the youth team to be treated with respect. And I wanted somebody who understands about Manchester United fans who are from Manchester, about working class culture and how much the stadium needs working class local Mancunians to make the atmosphere in the stadium. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Somebody who's going to come in, buy the club out from the Glazers, get rid of the debt, build a new stadium, and initiate themselves with Manchester United fan culture, and not turn the corporate into incorporate different parts of the stadium, and then try to outprice fans. No, that did not, mate. I did not want that. So sacking people, they might have, and I would have criticized them the same. So yeah, at the end of the day, but Jim Glazer, he's coming, he's about the debt. He actually is on record saying the debts are good for big business. Football business and big business are totally different. Well, it's a different kind of business. It's football business. He's raised ticket prices, and then he's getting rid of people. And then he's not even backing the manager in a January when he brings them in. Nah.
So what are the real things? Let's talk real now. That people like yourself, the fans, the ones that have discontent because of the way things are going at the club, what can they do that can actually make them a force to be reckoned with, a force to be listened to? And if they're not listened to and taken seriously and considered in decisions, they can actually do something that is substantive. Now, protests are protests. I get that. In my mind, bro, the only thing that fans can do is withhold their money to show discontent. That's really what this is about. It's money that is being asked more of the people that want to go. It's money that's going to get this new stadium built. It's money that we need in the transfer market. And ultimately, what we're doing here, I suppose, tell me if I'm wrong, by the way, is we are withholding our money because we want you to do things differently. We don't want you to raise prices. Do we want a new stadium? I don't know. That's for everybody to decide. Then you ask yourself, all right, at what cost is the stadium being built? What are we being asked to endure in terms not only of money, but how long and at what level are we going to operate as a football club in order to build this stadium? So I think these are the questions you've got to ask yourself as an individual, and then weigh up what it is that you want to do. But in my mind, the only thing I could really do, other than protest to show discontent, which is good, to show the feeling of the fans collectively, is to withhold my money by not buying anything, by not going to the tickets. But the problem there, guys, is for every person that is willing to do that and watch it from home, there is maybe a few guys that are willing to step in and buy that ticket. That's the sad thing about it. So what can we actually do that is going to make a dent in this thing? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Now, I know tonight you're calling out the people that are, you might say they're enablers. You might call them enablers, in brackets, bootlickers. That's fair. I suppose as well, you're going to call them out and tell them why they're enablers and why it is that them being favorable to the INEOS is going to cause us the kind of problem that they're creating with that narrative. But these are the real kind of things you want to ask yourself if you're serious about making a change or slowing down this juggernaut that's heading towards a new stadium, and we're making very, very difficult financial decisions at this point. Because honestly, I mean, I'm just a spoke on a wheel, man. We're talking about billionaires here. We're talking about an industry where they're within the regulation, bro, to do what they want to do, and they've got the backing of local council. So where does that leave the fan base? The ones that are saying, hang on a minute, man, I've been coming here for years. I can't afford to pay £66, maybe £70 plus next season for a ticket. It's too much. So what do we do? Do you know what I mean? What do we do?
People will stop coming, Bumbaye.
Yeah. Thing is now, do you know, let me ask you this. If I've got a ticket and you've got a ticket, yeah, and Ben's got a ticket and Danny's got a ticket and Wendy's got a ticket and we're going, and then we don't turn up to the game, what happens?
Well, obviously it's United tickets, but if you don't know,
if we don't turn up,
you give it to
what
somebody.
happens?
You give it to somebody, don't you? You go, right, you know, you got friends and family, and they're like, oh, I can't go. Do you want to go to that game? You give them the ticket. That's what it should be.
Okay, but what we're trying to do here, for 1 second, bro, is if the stadium is empty, that's the ultimate sign of discontent. Imagine cameras are picking up empty stadium. So what happens?
Let me just get this. Big up Rashid says support Nuruddin has been banned. Free Palestine. You listen, Free Palestine. We see what's happening. The genocide is back on now. Back at the wheel. In Ramadan as well. Zionists are some of the cruelest motherfuckers on this planet. You know that, don't you?
I've not come across worse than this.
Some of the cruelest evil people on this planet are Zionists. And you know what? You know what hurts me? It's this so-called Ummah, this so-called Muslims, the Saudi Arabia, the Arab Emirates, the Jordans, the Egypts, all of these places, they're all just as bad as the Zionists who are butchering the Palestinians.
Bro, do you know, in my mind, okay, Turkey, Erdogan, he's really put a spanner in the works with what he did, man. His unleashing of these people into Syria has effectively rendered the Palestinian cause to thin air now.
Listen, he will get what's coming to him, but big up to Rashid, right? Big up Free Palestine, man. Free Palestine, free Lebanon, free Syria, free the people. But the belly dancers in this world, so-called countries, these so-called Muslim leaders, are some of the most pathetic cowards in the world. I don't think I've ever known. And big up Yemen. Big up the Yemenis people, man.
Oh, absolutely,
big up the Yemen.
Man.
Big up the
warriors, these people.
Big up the history book. History will judge the Yemenis as being the only people who tried to stop a genocide. Remember that. Big up, love, life. Look after yourselves, people.
There you go. This is a good one, Nuruddin. Philip 1980 has made a good point. Also, we can boycott the sponsors that are associated with Manchester United. Yep.
Yeah. Some people are targeting.
Add them to the boycott list, man.
Oh, 100%. But I want to just go to here. This guy here. Look, this Devi brother here. So let me just go to. Let me go to this. Yeah.
Go on.
Let me go to this. Look what he said. So to Jim's thing, he says, I like the vision, and I support it. Mistakes were made. No major moves, as were major moves in the right direction. This is a rebuild. Strap in. What are you talking about?
I think he's misspelled that last part. It should be strap on, bro.
Yeah. And look, big up to this guy here. Dabs United says, nah, mate, he's an idiot. People here. Look, people are like, getting, and then there are other people like, spot on, Death, spot on. At least he communicates. But what does he communicate? Because he's made loads of cuts, sacked a lot of people, caused by his incompetence. I just don't get it. But for me, if you took away from that interview, I like the clarity, vision. Nah, that's bootlicking for me. So that's number one. Davi Bajwa. Nah, mate, not here for that. Sorry. So that's one. That is one person bootlicking.
This is like Roy Keane's list. This This is Roy Keane's list. People that are gonna get it.
Also, it is a list.
Mm,
It is a list. I'm sorry, I'm not having it. So that's one.
who- Who's
One
next?
down. How many to go?
50
Let
to
me get
go.
on some of the bigger aggregators. Yeah, and I'll show you what's happening on my own thing as well. I can take you back to here. Actually, I'll show you on my if I go home on my Twitter. Yeah, this guy United a link to this striker, but I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know. I told you the striker that I like. So this is my Twitter. Big up Chanel, okay, mate.
Oh
She
yeah,
was an
she
unbelievable.
was fantastic.
What she said about the Palestinians.
Rest in peace, man.
May she rest in eternal peace. Peace. This is what I put. This is what I wrote, people. I wrote this, yeah. I said, look at this clown, Jim Glazer. A 5% increase is not modest for the average working family with the cost of living crisis in the UK. Tell us you are effing out of touch without telling us you are out of touch. I have never, ever interacted with some of these people. Now, there are certain people like Cameron, I know I've interacted with. I've never interacted. Like, some of these I've never interacted. And people are just writing to me, like, these people pretending. Like, what's going on? Like, they're just, yeah. Like, and I'm just like, what is going on? What is going on? No, I'm not. Your wages are not keeping up with inflation. United is for real things upset about. It's also upset about it, but your anger should not be directed. Should not be directed at Man United. It's about the same as inflation. No, that's a lie. Because the inflation in the UK is 2%. Right? Your wage is not keeping up with inflation. It's not United's fault. It's a real thing to be upset about. Nah. So look at these people here. It's just bots to me. They're just bots to me. Bots. They're bots. I'm sorry. They're bots. You're just a bot, mate. All I hear is just bots. And I'm like, what's going on here? Am I going mad?
Thing is, I've just brought up the ticket prices by club. So 5% of £66 is £3.30. So we're going to 70 quid, let's say, a ticket, yeah? That'll be your flat rate. So at these clubs, what you have is the least expensive match day ticket and the most expensive. There's an elasticity margin there between the cheapest and the most expensive. And that was working all right. Some people will pay more, but some people can't afford £70 a ticket. It's a lot of money. It's a day's wage for people, you know. Um, and like you say, everything's going up, and football is not a staple, but people that have enjoyed it, the squeeze is on already, and now it's gone up quite significantly, and it's a flat rate across the board. So if you were going to take yourself and pay 70 quid, and you could get away with maybe 30, 35 quid for your kid, that's all right, fine. We work with that because Arsenal, for example, £30 and 30p is the least expensive, and 141 is the most expensive match day ticket. Everybody has a concessionary rate that is below the £66 mark, significantly below. At least nearly half of these clubs have a concession rate that is half the cost of our standard across the board ticket. And in terms of our standard across the board ticket, it's the most expensive now. It's amongst the most expensive ones. So we've gone with that model, but that model, it hurts people that can't ordinarily afford to go the concessions, the disabled, the kids. It's you've kind of just put one shoe fits all, where I don't think that's gonna. It's not good. Everybody else, you have a chance to go if you can't afford £66, soon to be £70. So I think that's an issue there. That's an issue. So we are quite expensive at £66, and you have to understand that we're saying that's going to be £70. So it's very expensive when you look by comparison. Um, at the other stadiums, you have an option. I'll go for a cheap seat. I'll pay 40 quid. That's 50% saving. But now you have to pay the flat rate of 66, which is going to be 70 by the start of next year. And that's a lot. That's, I think, your problem there with Man United. That is the model they've gone with. Yeah, you guys be the judge of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I don't have an issue with corporate seating and boxes and stuff generate a lot of money. That's fine. There is a certain class of people that like that and can afford that and are willing to pay for that. That's fine. I have no issue. But I think the issue is where there is just one option for the majority of the stadium that's non-corporate, and this is the price. So it's not within reach. It's not accessible now to everybody without really stretching for it. I mean, it's easy to say if you can't afford it, just don't go. But that's not what this is about, really. Do you want to go to Old Trafford and just be in the midst of prawn brigades? Nobody sings, everybody's scared to get involved in a chant. They're self-conscious. You're waiting for the Stretford End guys to start something so that you can maybe, take a little bit of that wind and keep it going across the stadium. That's the atmosphere. That's what you want. And that's the people that just genuinely turn up, man, passionate. But there you go, the pros and cons of hitchhiking. That's how the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid. This is what is happening at Chelsea. All this, if you don't go to United, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, West Ham already got your money. Kings, no one called me out. I don't keep quiet. So, all right, bro, let's talk about this. What would you like to see from INEOS in the summer? They're staying. They're not going anywhere. What do you want to see from INEOS in the summer? Let's keep this discussion going. Let's open it up a little bit.
I need him to go. I need him to leave the football club. I need him to leave the football club.
I know that, bro, but let's be realistic and maybe let's talk hypothetically.
No, that's being realistic. That's what I want.
On the basis they stay.
About the mismanagement. The mismanagement that they've done. By the way, I want to shout out somebody else as well. Manchester United. So these are accounts that I'm suspicious about. These are accounts that I'm suspicious about. Let me just say this. These are accounts that I'm suspicious about. This is the dodgy thing for me. They're always nothing wrong with posting about Manchester United, but they're a bit bootlicking. And the way they don't even hold. So listen to this. This is what I'm saying to you. So listen, Manchester United, let's look at this post here. No critique at all. So can you see this there? Manchester United. Can you guys see this? Let me just blow this up. Hopefully you can see it. Can you see it there? Is that better, Bombay? Can you see it better there?
Yeah, I've enlarged it. I can see it all right. Hopefully everybody else can.
Yeah?
The United HQ,
yeah? So it says, email Manchester United sent to support season tickets behind the dugout being moved. We've identified the small number of general admission tickets directly adjacent to the home away dugouts will be converted to hospitality seats in the summer at your current seat. So it's not small. I love the way they use small. It's not. That's a large section, Bombay. It's where we
Okay.
sit. So they said here, look, we have identified a small number of general admission tickets directly adjacent. So it's where we usually sit sometimes when me and you go. We sit right opposite the dugout, don't we?
Yeah. Oh,
So
okay.
it's the one
They're good
adjacent.
seats. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Home and away dugouts. So to both dugouts, you know, the both dugouts. We're talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
so the dugout is about here, right? There's a
Yeah.
section of dugout in it. This dugout is quite big, right?
Yeah.
People behind it, both dugouts, right? Both of the dugouts, home and away. So, but it's the language they use because they know this is, so they go, small number. It's not small number. You sat there, Bombay. That's a large section of people facing the
I think
dugouts.
yeah, it's not only a large section. I think it's really, really good view. There's really good view. So you have
Yeah,
to ask yourself as well,
yeah.
what's the alternative seats? Where are you going to be? Is it going to be half decent? Is it going to be bag of shit?
No, they're going to be sending them to your three in that same. So Alex said they're sending them to the clouds.
Listen, there's no point in ever
So
watching a
look
game
at the
from there. They're
wording.
useless.
Look,
I've sat there once. No, I won't do that
look
again.
at the wording. Look,
Yeah.
look. Bombay, explain to people, please. You think it's just me? Explain to people. What happens
No,
when you watch it in the third tier?
I took my dad once, rest in peace, but it was, I didn't know who was on the ball. It's too far. It's awful. I think the thing with Manchester United is we are definitely, INEOS is definitely on a mission. And you can ascertain that from the language that's being used. There's no consultation here. It is an apology. It's happening. That's the end of it. Sorry. We apologize for having to move you. It's already a done deal. It's locked in. It's just a question of when and where. And that's it. We are going for a new stadium. You know, the language suggests that very, very clearly. These guys have got a plan and they are moving forward with that plan and they are prepared to break some eggs along the way. And that breaking eggs is going to be an indictment on them, obviously from fan base. Some of the fan base is going to say, okay, we accept it's going to be painful, but we're in for the ride. I guess we're going to know what this all looks like once we reach our destination with a new stadium. If the team is going to improve, are we going to sign any players? Are we going to get better? You know, and it depends what you're all about. I just want to see some good footy, really, bro. You know, Glazers have been here 20 years. 20 years this summer, 20 years. You know, it's been rough, it's been smooth, good, bad, and ugly, but they're still here. Um, and I guess for them, it's a great thing. You know, there's a new front man. We mentioned the Glazers now are secondary to Jim. If you realize, even you, Jim the Rat is the primary target now. They're secondary. They're out of the
Yeah,
fold.
because he's
He's
too lazy.
he's
Because he's joined them.
yeah.
Because he bailed them
He's
out,
your man.
Bombay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. For them, it's perfect.
Can
He's the
you read
front
out the
man.
rest of the statement, please, Bombay? Read out the rest of the statement for the people.
We have identified a small number of general admission tickets directly adjacent to the home and away
Bombay,
dugouts.
you've seen it with your own eyes. But Bombay,
Yeah,
it's not a small number. You've seen it with your eyes. It's not a
no,
small
it's
number.
it's
Go
it's
ahead.
it's not a small number. Um, home and away dugouts that will be converted into hospitality seats this summer. Your current seat is included within this block, and we will therefore need to find you an alternative seat for next season. We appreciate the disruption and inconvenience this will cause and apologize for having to move you. So it's done. There's no
Exactly the
consultation here.
same thing they
We're going. We're going. We're going. Yeah, that's unfortunately the nature is. Look, they have a plan and they're going ahead with it. Nothing's going to stop this plan. You can try and slow it, you can try and alter it, you know, by not going. But I was asking you about the situation with tickets. If you simply do not turn up to a game, you are going to get penalized. You get penalty points or something. I think you do that 2, 3 times, you lose your
Yeah, but
spot.
majority of people share it now. They share it with different people. They share
The
it with some of
point
their family
is,
members.
I understand that.
People still go. People still go.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say to you is the way that the tickets have been organized now, it is impossible unless you're willing to lose and forfeit your tickets, your season tickets, whatever, to have bums not on seats, an empty stadium. That will never happen unless you're prepared to literally lose and forfeit your ticket that you've taken years to get. So do you remember those days where stadium people don't turn up? Well, you can do a walkout. You can certainly do a walkout until they start maybe banning that. I don't think they'll be able to do that. But to not go um, to the games and think we're going to have an empty stadium, I don't think that's not on the cards.
Yeah. By the way, this is somebody else. So United HQ, highly suspect. Bootlicker, club bootlicking. They don't even question any of it. That is out of order. They don't question any of it. So F them. The next one that we're going to share, and I've suspected them for a long, long time, is the effing Muppeteer, this American Muppet. I said he was a Muppet for a long time. Long, long time I told you about this guy here. United, they go, James Road, Manchester United News fan community. Bullshit. Absolutely. Bullshit. Supported. I find a post where they're even that bit critical about what's going on. And I can't find it. Every one of them is suspect. Not critical. Critical at all of what's with the football club. Look here, parroting. What the club's parroting. Finding plans discuss. Omar quotes discuss. What will affect the transfer? Be a change in the ownership event. Summer deals lined up. Pre-match chat. Big Soledad game. Come and join us. Shut up, you dickhead. You absolute dickhead. Yeah.
We're gonna have to make room for this opinion. It's gonna be one that people will buy into. Some people will buy into it, Nuruddin, because of how bad the Glazers have been. They want to give Jim and he's promised them a new stadium. You know, that's a major thing for a lot of people. We're going to just have to ride this out, aren't we? I don't. How do you foresee?
Look how he's
what
taking
kind
the
of
piss out every word. Look, including this. Look how he's taking the piss out of the fans, including scary word, debt, partners, owners, sponsors, more. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Are you calling it out? Like, the club's already have nearly £1 billion in debt, and now they want to go scary word, debt. You know that is. You know how patronizing that is to the fans. You know how patronizing that is, people. Can you see that? Or am I just am I making this up? Am I seeing things where
scary words, debt, partners, owners, sponsors, and more? Boom. Should we get Jadon Sancho back?
Fuck Jadon Sancho. He's not the main issue. The main issue is fucking him, the rat, and the bootlickers. I mean, he's already Muppeteer guy. He's already a Glazer bootlicker. So the club was breathing to him. You know, they giving him news. He's based in the US. He could be related to the fucking Glazers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we called him out. Davi's been called out. But every guy's a Glazer. The Muppeteer. He's in with the Glazers. Of course he's gonna be in with the fucking INEOS. He's a Glazer puppet. Yeah.
Was I listening to the other day? I can't remember who was I listening to the other day that was absolutely saying that Roman Abramovich was. Oh, Peter Kenyon. Peter Kenyon. He worked for us previously as CEO. He went to Chelsea, if you remember, and he spoke about Roman Abramovich in absolutely glowing terms, saying this was a guy He's the best owner that's been. He put all his own money into it. He really knew a lot about football. He loved it, and he wanted to make Chelsea amazing. He goes, top owner. So yeah, he was really praising Roman Abramovich.
What was he saying?
He said that Roman Abramovich was a genuine lover of the game. He genuinely fell in love with Chelsea, and he goes, people think he was just a money guy. He knew a lot about football. He could talk to you for hours about it. He really got to know the game, got to know all about Chelsea, and he made that place something to really be proud of, like worthy to win the Premier League and compete. He goes, he brought the best of everything, put all his own money into it. And he would not have sold it or got off. Obviously, what happened, but he spoke of him as a really easy guy to work with. And he actually does. I think who said it? Roman once walked into the changing room and said to the players, "If you don't win, I'll get players that will win." And then he walked out. So the guy wanted Chelsea to be the best. I guess that's what you want, really. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Manchester City's ownership. But if you go to where Manchester City Stadium used to be, it's unrecognizable. It wasn't a nice place. The regeneration work that has been done there is unbelievable, man. New colleges, um, you know, really nice. Feels like a nice place. So this is what you want. Unfortunately, the Glazers haven't done any of that stuff. Look, what I'd say about INEOS, bro. Um, I by default, I don't know this person, but this class of people with this type of money, I don't have any affinity to them, and I have a genuine skepticism about them and how they've got to where they've got. I don't think you can get to billions because you're honest, hardworking, good, lovely guy. But they have inherited as well a bag of shit from Glazers. They think they can do something. He's putting, I think, 300 mil. So you're gonna have to roll with it. I don't think they're going anywhere, guys. We can't rush time, unfortunately. We have to wait and see what's going to come to it. I think there's a lot of bullshit with these people, and they're thinking about themselves primarily. They're not going to jeopardize their sustenance in the sake or interest of Manchester United. But if we're going to get some regeneration, if they're going to solve that aspect of it, then at least that is something that you may get that I don't think you would have ever seen under the Glazers, even the notion of that. So at the end of this 5-year period, you might have something to show for paying more money, making sacrifices. You might have a new stadium, and it might be something, a good thing. I don't know. You might see real regeneration. You might be able to use Old Trafford for the women's team. There are some possibilities there. But we have to wait and see, bro. Because there's regeneration everywhere. Tottenham have done a beautiful new stadium. Everton have got a wonderful new stadium. City, the regeneration has been amazing. Liverpool, FSG have been great owners, I have to say, man. Look at the work they've done on the stadium. Look at how they've competed. They're operating at about 35% of the budget of Man City. Look at what they've been able to do. 2 Champions League finals, won one, won a Premier League. We're the only club that is just drifting. So somebody's going to have to arrest this situation. And when somebody comes to arrest it, bro, it's not going to be pretty, because the Glazers have killed the club, man. One thing I will say, bro, we couldn't shift any players, and now we are not signing these massive, ridiculous contracts. I don't think you're going to see another Sancho 350. another Casemiro 70 million for a 30-something-year-old on 300, 350. I don't think you're going to see any of that under the INEOS regime. I think you're going to get a proper wage structure now, and we're going to sign players that are in line with that wage structure until we get to a place where we can start throwing that big kind of money out again. There will be more sustainability about this going forward. There has to be. Here we go. Here we go. Let's
Good
get.
evening,
Hey,
guys. Good
check.
evening, guys.
Never gonna give. What's that? What happened to the mafiosi, man? We've got a new haircut. Looking good.
Well, yeah, no, not talking about that.
Back to uni.
I'll sit like this.
How are you, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? How are you?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. I can't complain, man. So we're discussing INEOS, Jarvis.
Yeah.
The pros and cons of hitchhiking, and Nuruddin's taken down a few accounts that are bootlicking. But yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. There's various takes on this thing. Some people are thinking, I want to see it through, want to see what's at the end of this rainbow, this project. Many are just saying, we see through all the bullshit. The ticket prices are going to go up to £70 a pop. There's been financial mismanagement, bad decisions that have cost us money, and we think this is an incompetent ownership, and its agenda is not in our interest. It's only in its interest.
Yeah.
And then there's, well, I was just saying, trying to look at this in maybe a bit positive outlook. Not, let me make a disclaimer. I have a genuine skepticism of people with this amount of money. I don't think they got there by being angels. And I don't think they're going to jeopardize their own sustenance in the interest of anything. But if we were with the Glazers, I was saying to Nuruddin, City have regenerated the area. It's amazing. FSG have done a brilliant job on very, very efficient amount of money and increased the stadium. Everton have got a new stadium. Spurs have got a new stadium.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end of this 5 years, as shit as it might be, you might have something that's tangible in the form of a stadium and serious regeneration. Maybe OT can be used by the girls, by the women's team, the youth team. So under the Glazers, there's been no such thing as regeneration, and you certainly wouldn't have had anything in 5 years, that's for sure, to show. So what do you think?
Yeah.
What's your take? What's your feeling?
Well, I think this was well planned by the Glazers. I think they did it on purpose. They let Old Trafford rot because it wasn't up to date to make the kind of money they want to make from this club, and the valuation of the asset. So maybe it was calculated, letting Old Trafford rot down, and all the way try to find investors to come in and finance and build the stadium for them, so they could increase their valuation and their assets. Because this is how businessmen works. And they are cunning people, those Glazers, and they are doing their best to make money on us as fans. So it's just the way it is. When it comes to Jim, I was uncertain in the beginning, but after the last interview we made, he talked about the Glazers. They are good people, and he talked about the abuse, and he wouldn't put up with it, him and his family. But read the room, what did he expect from the fan base? They have ruined one of the things we love the most, our beloved Man United, and made it a playground for billionaires that want to make money. So it's a shame, and I think I'll leave an opening for Jim and INEOS to make things right, but I have no faith in them at the moment, and I feel they are on their way to become Glazers number 2. So I don't know if you want me to be more extreme, but that's how I see it and feel.
No, John. No, you don't have to be. You can just be yourself. This is the therapy channel, Jarvis.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. This is another bootlicker I can see here another bootlicker here. We're not talking about Qatar. This is not Qatar versus INEOS. I wanted, what did most of us want, Jarvis? We wanted
Full sale.
somebody to full sale. We wanted the debt gone. We wanted a maybe renovate Old Trafford or new stadium. We wanted somebody who's going to bring themselves into the fan culture of Manchester United and put the fan culture first and actually consult and speak. And we needed somebody who's going to back and put a proper football structure in and back the coaches. That's what we wanted. But this muppet here, look, INEOS, 100-seater stadium, doing PR for INEOS. And when I look at people like this guy here, like, boy, oh boy, oh boy, what are you doing? Economical boost. What's the point of doing economical boost when majority of working class, they're outpricing at Old Trafford right now, working class people. Like some areas, Jarvis, was 5%. You last night on with me with Stu. Stu thinks he's gone up 15%. Am I right or wrong?
You're right. You're right. I think it was all the way up to 18%. I heard Bad Times said something about his ticket. So yeah,
Exactly.
it's more than 5%. For sure.
Yeah.
So,
and the inflation rate in this country, Jarvis, is 2%. So they put it up.
2.5 in 2024 was the inflation in Britain.
Yeah, and now they put it up to. But some of the areas of the stadium is 15%, 18%. The ticket's gone up, right? So I'm sorry, you're getting called out. I've called out the Muppeteer. Muppeteer to me is Glazer propaganda and gym propaganda now. I don't fuck with it. I called out that Davi guy, and now we're calling out this guy called Riz as well. They're getting. Also, I don't know if you saw when I posted what I posted. Some of the people I've never interacted them before, Jarvis. I don't even recognize some of them. Lots of them I don't even recognize. If I go home to my, if I go home here, and they're defending INEOS. Like a couple of times when couple of people are coming out defending INEOS, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, who the hell are you? You know, let me just go to that where.
Yeah, sure. The Glazers and INEOS, they want a new type of fan. They don't want the legacy fans, the people who's been supporting the club for their whole life. They want people coming in with money. So this is the whole thing. They want to make more money. That's the master plan. How can we make more money?
Do you think there's a possibility that long-term season ticket holders, if we move to a new stadium, will have to reapply for those on the basis of legacy fans? Think that's a possibility or no? There will be their season ticket will be preserved, or do you think it's everybody resets to zero?
It's a good question. It will probably make them more money if they can get as many as possible of the old fans, the season ticket holders, out. So they are by sure planning and trying their best to do it, I feel. But they can't do it too obvious, or it will be an outrage. So for them, it's just about keeping people down. With the protests, they died out quick now. No one remembers the protest. Feels like ages ago. And that's because they know their PR. And as you already mentioned, the PR. And yeah, we can sit here and name and shame people. That's okay. But in a way, I feel that people don't know the full picture, and the PR that's put out there by
Jarvis,
by
how
the club.
can they not know? I'm sorry, Jarvis. This is the age of information. it being ignorant is a choice, Jarvis. It's a choice.
Yeah, but information is information. But we talk about the narrative, and the ones who own the narrative owns the truth, and that's how the world has become. That's one of the biggest problems.
He goes, I'm happy to debate the subject with you. I support many of the things INEOS have done. The mess was created by the Glazers. The club, $100 million. We can't keep. Am I the one who's saying that Man United should spend more money? I'm just saying the coaches, when you hire a coach, you need to support them in a January transfer. When you bring in mid-season, you need to support them. That's all I was saying. But look, I just don't get it. I just don't. I used to think like you, Jarvis, but I'm sorry. You're ignorant. You're ignorant by choice.
Yeah, they most likely are. Yeah, for sure. But a lot of people believe what the clubs tells them to think. You know, when they when Man United put out something officially, that's the official truth, and no one can tell them differently. That's one of the biggest problems. They don't think by themselves. They don't see the what's in front of them. You know what's happened with our club. So yeah, but on a general basis, I don't know about these guys that you are mentioning here. I have no knowledge about them.
I don't know. I find it really difficult. I want to just read you out the statement from the club. I just want to read you the statement from the club people, because I find it really difficult. I really find it really difficult. So this is what they're saying about the ticket prices. I don't know if you guys can see it, but
no, I can't see it.
Can you see it better there? I can read it to you anyway.
Yeah, read it.
I can read it to you. Yeah. It says, this is the first phase of reducing the amount of season ticket holders. I've always campaigned the club to marginalize match-going fans, cutting 50% of OAP concession to 25%. This is a statement, 1958. This is 1958 out with, right? So this is what 58 are telling truth about. He says, this is the first phase of reducing the amount of season ticket holders. Campaign that the club marginalize match-going fans, cutting this is the pensioner and concession 25 those who had it is total disgrace. This also paves the way for there never being any new season ticket issue now. Why would they do it if they are increasing non-season ticket prices? And it's a state of execution to put them whatever they want to if we ever move to the new stadium. When we move to the new stadium, we want a custodian of the club that puts the fans first and cares about this once great institution. Instead, we have a club crumbling beneath our feet, and we are expected to foot the bill for 20 years of decay and damage. So that's a good rebuttal from the 1958. And I think, yeah, they are reducing. Those, if you don't know, they are reducing some of the things, reducing and not issuing new season ticket because they prefer to sell those to the corporates. Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm. We hear you.
Yeah, to sell to them corporates. And I just showed before, Java, before you jumped on, they're selling, some of the seats that me and Bumbaye have sat in this season, we went to, and last season, they're making those, corporatizing those seats to hospitality. And the way they worded it, they're going small number. Jarvis, we're talking about full sections of like 20 or maybe 40 or 50 or small number.
You are breaking up sometimes, Noradin. I don't know what's wrong with your internet. Something is wrong.
I've been sabotaged, people. We're being sabotaged tonight.
Yeah.
We're being
100%.
sabotaged. I'm sorry about the internet. And my phone is not even working properly. I tried to go on my phone, but my phone is not even working properly. But people, we've named and shamed a few people. To me, they're bootlickers. I understand what Jarvis is saying. That's ignorant. But I'm sorry. If you support this club, put a little bit of time and effort into understanding what.
Yeah, but it's not just that, Nordin. It's I think it's the British media. I think they are protecting INEOS because it's British. They can have a
Of
go at
course.
the Glazers, but even like renowned footballing journalists that we know that everybody holds high, like the Athletic and other journalists, they talk about Glazers. Yes, they can talk about what Glazers have done, but it's never a negative word about INEOS. And you know, they own the narrative. That's one of the biggest problem. We can sit there, a lot of YouTubers and the independent press sees what's going on, but they are. I feel that a lot of people are paid off. I'm not saying it. It's just my own speculations, but it feels like it because no one dares to ask even Jim the question. Why did you support the Glazers? Why did you bail them out? No one, none, even not one journalist have asked him that question. And that's the question we all want to know. Why did he bail them out? Wasn't he aware of the situation the club was in? He said he was a Man United fan. He came in and said that. So why did he bail them out? That's the biggest issue, and no one in the mainstream press has asked him that question. Why is that, Noradin?
Because, like you said, giving access. So they got access, they're not going to ask the real questions.
Yeah.
This is what the state of world journalism is. There are only few journalists who tell the truth.
Maybe they are not getting the kind of flack because I suppose a 7.2 billion regeneration project of is Manchester one of England's second biggest city, third, fourth, I don't know, is going to create money. It's going to create money. It's a serious amount of money. Maybe that's it.
Mm.
I suppose it's his to do what he wants with it. Maybe, I mean, the city guys came in, and they get whatever they want in terms of planning permission. Everything they want, they get because, as I was telling Nuruddin earlier, that area was not a particularly good area. If you go there now, it doesn't look anything like you knew it. There's education, adult higher education campuses, housing, trees everywhere. It was kind of a run-down, scruffy place. The training complex, how it's linked to the main stadium, is very, very impressive. It's a hell of a regeneration project they've done. I think Nuruddin, with you mentioning things about pricing people out, what is being labelled as regeneration um, is perhaps in a way gentrification.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to keep everybody happy. It's impossible. But I think for example, Nuruddin shared earlier, Jarvis,
Mm.
a statement from the club that said there are seats where the dugout is and seats adjacent to the dugout. They're quite nice seats, really good view. Um, and they said, we have identified those seats will become corporate hospitality seats. We apologize for the inconvenience, but we are going to find you an alternative place to sit. It's not a consultation. It's that's it. It's done. We're going to find you alternative seats. That's it. This kind of language suggests to me we have a plan and we're going for it. That is it. It doesn't matter. We're going to break a lot of heads, a lot of unpopular shit's happening, but we are going ahead with it. And the local authorities of Manchester, this is music to their ears, man. We're going to do the job for you. You know, whenever somebody says, I'm going to create 100 jobs, that's great, but there's always a cost involved. If Starbucks opens up and says, we're going to create 50 new jobs, what about the local coffee shops? They're going to have a problem, especially if you can open a Starbucks on every corner. You know, that kind of thing. Always, we're going to create jobs as one of the key selling points of these things. But
They
I
took
don't
our
know.
jobs.
Yeah,
Took our
they
jobs.
took our jobs. So you're never going to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
And yeah, gentrification in different ways. If you regenerate the area, housing might be out of people's reach. The new ticket prices and stuff might be out of people's reach. There's always going to be a problem here. I just think we feel that big business is coming in, you know, crush, 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 give me, give me, give me. And we don't like it because it is completely, it is the opposite of what this club is all about. But I suppose we are just a reflection of football now. It's
Yes.
sad, but this juggernaut will proceed. And for me, the best I can hope for, I'm not really asked about stadium, new stadium and stuff. You know, I'm indifferent to it. I don't know the costs and who bears the costs. And I'm not just talking about increased ticket prices. I'm talking about,
2.5 billion is going to cost. The
yeah,
stadium's going to cost 2.5 billion.
but when I say costs, bro, I'm talking about, I just mentioned earlier, every single club in the Premier League has a range of seats for you to choose from, starting at £30. We have a flat rate of £66 for anything. So if you want to go to a game, at least somebody that doesn't have a lot of money but wants to be a fan and go and experience United, he can pay 30, he can pay 35, he can pay 40. So he has that option. You know, I just want to be in the stadium, I want to support the team. But if you can't pay 66, you can't go. Every single club in England has a range from low to very, very high. You choose where you can afford to go. Now there's no option. It's 66 or bust across the board. It's a lot of money. And that'll be 70 at the start of the season. £70, man, is a lot of money. What is minimum wage is £11.44p. That's 6 hours worth of work. That's a day's work. It's a lot of money, man. And you know, you're going on your own. Imagine you want to have something to drink. I think a bottle of beer is £7 now at United. Plastic bottle of beer. A hot dog or a pie is like 5, 6, £7. Imagine you're going to take your son with you. You're going, like I said, £150 easy, with food, with parking. It's not a joke. It's not a joke, man. £150. Like I say, minimum wage is £11.44p an hour. It's expensive. So if you had a smaller option, let's say we'll go and sit in some normal seats, like pay £40, that's more than 50% cheaper than 66. But now there's no choice. It's one thing fits all. So it's not good, this. That's what I mean about the cost. That's what I mean about gentrification. You're basically pricing people out. They have no choice anymore. You've made the choice for them. And this is the issue. This is the sad thing. But this kind of decisions, you can see how unpopular they are. But the fact that they make them, and they just pop up from nowhere. Stadium popped up from nowhere. £66 popped up from nowhere. Another increases. I mean, I'll say, okay, that's giving you a bit of a heads up. Start of the summer, it's 70 quid a ticket. End of story. But these decisions just pop up. There's no consultation. There's nothing. We're just making decisions. Deal with it. We're moving on with the project. That's it. We've got a goal and we're going for it. We're not going to be able to gauge this properly until we reach the goal and then see how things look at that point. Some people at that point might say, you know what, INEOS are all right. It's okay. It's going well. A lot of people are going to be vindicated and saying, we told you, man, these guys are just interested, like you say, Jarvis, making money. That's got to be the primary of every business, right? Making money. But again, I guess it's the exception we take to the way that they're going about it.
Yeah.
The person who was asking the question, build a stadium, they won't be allowed to build a stadium by themselves. It has to be with the football, with the Glazers. They won't be allowed to build it themselves. But the Glazers might have to give them more shares if they do that. They won't be allowed to start that because the stadium.
Bruce Wayne's hit me up, man. Boombaye, closet bootlicker. I'm just being realistic, Bruce, man. I feel helpless, honestly. You know what I mean? You feel helpless. So I'm just in my mind playing it out.
Boombaye, I thought you were laughing. I'm freezing.
No, I'm not, man. I'm getting lambasted there, but
bro, do you know I stopped mid-flow. I stopped mid-sentence.
That's Bruce Wayne.
Me freezing.
It's Bruce. It's Batman's fault, man. It's Batman's fault.
Listen,
big
Bruce
up,
having
Bruce.
a laugh with you. He's not really calling you a bootlicker.
Closet bootlicker.
You know what? You know what? You might be sympathetic bootlicker. There's a difference. There's a hardcore bootlicker and then there's sympathetic bootlickers. You might be in the sympathy. You know what I mean?
We're getting kicked while we're down here, bro.
The person who asked the question before, they asked, if INEOS build a stadium, does that mean that the Glazers don't own the club? No. The stadium will be built because the land is mainly owned by the Glazers and INEOS as well because they're both collaborating together. You know what I mean? So INEOS have the largest shares to the football club, so that's why that's going to happen. Big up Ben. No need for the super chat. Actually, stay for yesterday. Sorry, gents, can't jump on tonight. Still not well. Big up King. Big up the URT. Big Palestine. Fuck Zionism. Fuck 400 Palestinians. INEOS out. Glazers out. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Chat panel. Big up. Appreciate you. Cooked by Dark Knight. Hold that, Boombaye. That's what he said, Jamie. He said, you hold that. Cooked by the Dark Knight. At the end of the day, the land is owned by the person who asked that question. The land is owned by the Glazers who own Manchester United, unfortunately. So INEOS can't own that. Even the land they build them, they might own the stadium, but they don't own the land. You know, because the biggest. Yeah, listen, have you seen, Jamie, when we live in Manchester City Council, whether it's Trafford Council, Oldham Council, Stockport Council, they're all so easily bought. They're so easily bought. Big real estate, big property. Yeah. Yeah. But it is what it is, people. At the end of the day, those fans exist. Jarvis has got a point of view and I respect it. He reckons the PR and some of the people. I know that. I'll tell you who's a bootlicker as well. Andy Mitten. Unfortunately, Andy Mitten is a bootlicker. He's coming out telling you why things have to be, why people have to be sacked. You're a working class person, Andy Mitten. Why do you not investigate the incompetence of INEOS instead of going along with what INEOS are doing? Why are you bootlicking? Because you got an interview from Jim. Is that what it is? You get access, so then you can't really tell the truth about them. Is that where we're at? It's yeah, it's a shame. I mean, I can tell you all about this transfer and that transfer, but I don't have the feeling for that. I wanted to talk about the ticket price hike and say, are we going to take it? And I wanted to name the people who are propping Jim, the Rat, and Glazers. Because to me, if you're Jarvis, if you're in the British media and you're backing Jim, you're backing the Glazers, and I don't understand that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the main issue.
Jim,
that's the main issue. Do you think INEOS in some way or another is here to help the club, or are they here to help themselves? Nordin.
Actually, no, they're that incompetent, Jarvis. I think they may think they want to help the club, but they're that incompetent. It's unbelievable. And by the way he's talking, why would you say, oh, if I get more stick, I'm going to leave? I think they might want, with the new stadium, they might want to get a bigger profit, sell back. So he might turn that $1.5 billion into $3 billion he might get back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, Jarvis?
Yeah. It's an investment. He wants to get his money back. Yeah. But when you look at it, they bring in a lot of young guys into the squad. Nordin, they bring in all this Lenioro and Mainu and Kune and Heaven and all of these young players into the squad, and it's a way to make money because they can play them and sell them on, and it will benefit the FFP and make the club profitable again. So all of this, you can have two thoughts in your mind at the same time. You can make money and you can make the club better. So in a way, I can understand that people are confused when it comes to understanding all of this. But you put it quite clearly. If you back INEOS, you back the Glazers, and that's just how it is. And we know the Glazers. We know what they have done to our club, and that's the main issue. So people shouldn't be confused. That's just the way it is. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat. By the way, I'm not a match-going fan. I live in Norway, so I very, very seldom go to games. It's years between every time I go to games.
Yeah, but Jarvis, you understand more about what's going on at Manchester United than some of the people who live in Jarvis. What does that say? And please tell us, Jarvis, how they also buy the Scandinavian Supporters Club. They're always with the club, aren't they?
Yeah.
They never the football club, do they?
Never. Everybody backs INEOS. That's just the way it is. They have their own podcast. They have their own supporter fan site. They have a Facebook page, Instagram page, and the moderators there, the chiefs. Nothing. And if someone in the chat says something about INEOS, the negative, they go at you. Oh, so you want a state-owned owner? So you want to lose to Qatar? That's their main issue. Jim is here to help us. That's you can't win. So it's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. We need a dose of hit 'em up in here, man.
Bombay, did you see the show yesterday?
Your show?
Yeah, Noradin was on.
No, I didn't. I'll go and check it out. Actually,
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah,
Cass jumped on too. So yeah.
Okay, nice.
They had a great debate.
Yeah.
What was the show about?
Well, it was about your favorite subject, and it was actually about me backtracking and saying Bruno is a fantastic playmaker.
This is making real headline news, isn't it? This.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I'll be the first to admit I was wrong about Bruno.
Yeah.
I was wrong about Bruno Bombaye because after gaining more data, as I said on the show yesterday, it's clear that the Amarim system now he looks he looks outstanding every time he plays, and we finally look like a team with the pulse, because we got a playmaker who knows how to dictate the tempo of the game. And
Good
I
word.
was worried about Bruno's history, of the hero ball and the positional indiscipline and all that thing. But the data now and how he performed, his last performances have proved me wrong. So I'll just have to admit it. And he has become a fantastic playmaker. He controls the flow of the game now. And the worst thing all is still contributing with goals and assists.
It's terrible, isn't it?
I love, it's almost like I'm officially on the Bruno bandwagon, but the data doesn't lie. And in this case, because I know more than I knew in the beginning. And he's the types of players I love, the deep lying playmakers, the tempo
Yeah.
setters like Pirlo, Modric, Vitinha.
Sure.
We even had Michael Carrick
Oh, God.
as our own.
Wow.
And in Norway, we had one guy called Erik Mykland. He was incredible. He was the same type of player. The
Yeah.
players who control the rhythm of the game, they dictate the play. They make everything look effortless, and they
Yeah.
just walk with the ball, and suddenly, boom, they explode. And Bruno has become that player under Amorim in this system now. I would say at least in the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. So he's gradually improving, and now we are seeing the best. So and Noradine, he don't agree with me on this, but maybe I'm wrong on this too, but I don't know.
Well, I'd like to formally and officially, in front of everybody, welcome you and congratulate you. Couldn't have asked for a better comrade in the Bruno Club. Nuruddin, soon to be converted. He's going to keep banging his head against the wall as the goals flying and the assists keep flowing. Enjoy, bro. I'll send you some paracetamol. Oh,
Yeah,
Dino.
but I'm not bothered about the goals and assists in a way.
Yeah.
That's because we know that Bruno can do that. But he played for himself. He played on his own under Ten Hag, in a way. He was going to be the main man, the hero, doing everything by himself, and it made us look worse. And that's why I was reluctant to give Bruno his credits now. But I see now he's more of a playmaker type of guy, and the way he plays, he takes the ball. He's not looking for the hero ball, the ball in behind all the time. He sets the tempo. He receives the ball, short passes, 1-2, passes it up to the midfield, and then he goes out to the wingers or the number 10s, and it comes in the second wave. So we look like a better team. And it's also about, when I talk about setting the tempo, it's about letting the other players get the time to get into position. So
Yeah.
this Amorim system, the 3 in the back, and you play 2 in the midfield, and you have 5 up front, 2 10s, the number 9, and the wing backs. So it takes a little bit of time for everybody to come in position, and that's why the small intricate passes and the tempo we play is so important. So and this is Bruno is contributing to this. And actually, I would say that Bruno, we also play better with Bruno and Casemiro, not Ugarte, because Casemiro has the ability to play the long ball in behind also. So he sets another threat than Ugarte. Ugarte, unfortunately, looks a little bit limited when it comes to his game, especially when it comes to his game on the ball and the passing range. So I think in the summer we have to look for another younger type of Casemiro player with legs, who can be the guy who wins the ball for Bruno and who also contributes.
Any ideas?
Yes, one guy, and he plays in Sporting. Morten Hjulman, the Danish guy. He's incredible.
Morten Hjulman.
Is he better than Palacios?
I don't know Palacios as much, but what I've seen from Sporting. Yeah. Leverkusen. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I like this Hjulman guy. He has both abilities. He's really good on the ball, and he's a destroyer.
Have you heard of Morten Frendrup?
No, Morten Frendrup. No.
I just YouTubed it right now. You mentioned Morten Hjulman. I was just going to get it ready after the show, have a quick look before I go to bed. First thing that comes up is Morten Frendrup. Okay. Why Man United need this complete midfielder, the next Kante. I think that looks like a Genoa shirt to me. Morten Frendrup. Frendrup.
Morten Frendrup, Danish footballer, plays for Genoa in Serie A.
There you go.
28 games, 2 goals this season. And he's definitely a DM. Tackles, interceptions, blocks. Doesn't thrive in any other. So yeah.
So he's not the guy.
Now he looks decent, young. But when it comes to Hjulman and his, I don't know, he will probably be too expensive for us.
Morten Hjulman, let's have a dig.
22 games.
Anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring your attention and everybody's attention to the message from Aiden. He says, "Thank you for all the support. I have read all your messages and I'm doing really well and recovering fast." So that's a good sign from Evan. That's a good sign. Guys, listen, if you two guys want to carry on, you can carry on and talk. I've got an early start tomorrow with the school.
Yeah, me too. So yeah.
I'm gonna head out. But yeah, big up Mumbai. Big up to Jamie Wayne. Big up to Khalees Ramadin Lassie for the help putting together the Bootlickers list. I'm not having the fans being mistreated and people doing PR for Glazer and INEOS. For me, if you back INEOS, you're backing the Glazers. It's simple as that. It's simple as that. What he's doing, the Glazers will never think of doing. They will never think get away with it. They'll be full on riots. But like Java said, the British media are deeply xenophobic. It's got a Manchester twist to this. And guy from Manchester, he doesn't live in Manchester. He lives in a tax haven, Monaco. He's a Chelsea season ticket holder. Go figure. Saeed's life now, so go over to Saeed, people. Saeed out. Love and light. I might do a show tomorrow about the strikers, but it might be a late one. What we link with. I've got this striker, and I'm still not found out his name, but we were linked with him about playing in Germany, and I will try to find out his name.
Is that the AFCON guy you talked about? The guy who played in the AFCONs?
Yeah.
The striker.
Yeah, it's not Boniface. It's somebody else. It's not Boniface. It's not Boniface. Okay. Everybody thinks it's Boniface. It's somebody else. But I'll find out, and I'll try to find his name, guys, now. Saeed tells us. Saeed said, F INEOS, man. He's told you to. Yeah. He wants to meet Jim in the car park. Yeah. Big up Mumbai. Listen, he can shut, no problem. All I'm saying to you, I'm not getting carried away. Let's see what Bruno does. Keep an eye the way he plays. Next month, 6 big games. Nottingham Forest, Man City at home,
Newcastle away, Leon.
Then it is
And Wolves.
Leon, Newcastle, then Leon again, then Bournemouth, then where we are. We'll gather the date.
Man, I'm gonna have to explain at work tomorrow where all these bruises are from. I'm getting a good kicking in the comments tonight. Thanks, guys.
There you go.
It's all love, man.
That's what he's here for.
That's what he's
It's
here
all
for.
love. It's all love and banter.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
But big up to all of you lot. Yeah.
You know,
Love and
Noradin,
light. Look after each
you can
other.
redirect the stream to Noradin channel if you know to Said channel if you want.
I don't know how to do it. You
go to settings in YouTube Studio. So go into YouTube Studio, you go to settings, and then you go to community, and then you have live redirects.
So what happens, Jarvis? Do we just start watching side TV?
Nah, all the viewers just get automatically switched over to Said's channel.
Oh, that's nice.
But when I go to community, Jarvis, all it just gives me like just what's going on in the community, that everything, what people are chatting and all that. That's what it gives me.
You have settings, community, and under live directs. There's the added channel, and that's Said's channel. And
I thought it was customization.
Yes. Yeah, during live streams, you go to customizations and redirect, and then you just select.
I can't see the redirect though, but I can't see where it says redirect.
Listen, while you're taking him through that, bro, I'm gonna head out. Everybody in the comments, all love, big yourselves up. Dino, Jarvis, enough love. Big down, INEOS. Good night.
Glazers out, INEOS out.
Good night, guys.
Good night, Bombay.
Yeah. Big up. Listen, I can't see it. I forgot where it was. I did it last time, but I don't know how to do it now. I'll have to do it next time. I'll find out myself. But listen, I just want to say free Palestine. Free Palestine. They killed about 400 people today. Free Palestine. Fuck Zionism. Zionism is evil. Free Palestine. Free Lebanon. Free Syria. Free Congo. Free Haiti. Free Ogaden. Free Sudan. And fuck the Arab Emirates as well. Fuck Zionism and fuck the Arab Emirates. And fuck Saudi over there. Fuck all of these places. Yeah, man, we do miss Tom. I don't know what's happened to Tom, honestly. I'm really, nobody knows what's happened to Tom. But yeah, F the Glazers and F INEOS. I want to be down with them too. F you too. You name Bootlickers. If you're not Bootlickers, then come on the channel. You're happy to come on if you're not Bootlicker. If we accuse you of being a bootlicker, I'm happy for you to jump on here. Tell us why you're not a bootlicker, why we got it wrong, and we'll apologize. We will apologize. Fuck the G. No example who you are. We stand in total solidarity with people around the world. We don't discriminate people because of their religion, their gender, their orientation. We don't discriminate against people, anybody. We stand in total solidarity with all the indigenous people around the world. Fuck capitalism, fuck neoliberalism, fuck fascism. That's what we say on here. And if you don't want to be down with fascism, fuck, especially the Glazers and INEOS. If you're supporting INEOS, you're supporting Glazers. I hope you know that. I hope you realize that. I stand free Manchester United from Glazers and INEOS as well. Big up to people who help us do the research, Jamie Wayne, Shaq Khalis Ramadeen Lassie. Make sure you check them out on Twitter. And before we forget, people, it's Jarvis Cocker, Tactical Devils on YouTube, people. Go over there. We were on there last night. We had a debate, Bruno Fernandes debate last night. They had a 2-hour debate. Go and check it out. Jarvis Cocker, Bowley 77. Bowley, BOLE 77 on Twitter or X. And Tactical Devils is the channel. Go and check it out.
And after you left, Noradin, we had a brilliant discussion about Man United's best injury-free 11. How would you set up your team? Okay. So that was a good one.
Oh, that's amazing. That's an amazing topic. We'll have to do it on here as well.
Yeah,
We'll have to do that during the break.
We can do it tomorrow
actually,
if you like.
Yeah, we'll do the injury. Best 11 injuries. Yeah, yeah. We'll do that. We'll reverse it. Yeah, we'll do it.
Luke Shaw will definitely be in that team.
Oh, Luke Shaw is captain. He's the fucking captain, Jarvis.
Leach Shaw. Phil Jones is my centre back.
Yeah. Mason Mount, centre of midfield.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. So people, please go and check this out here. I beg you to go and check the channel out and make sure you subscribe to the channel. The channel deserves thousands of subscribers. But let's get to the first 1,000 first, right? Let's do it, people.
Apparently, YouTube doesn't like me. Yesterday's show got pushed out.
You're associated with me, that's right. You might have to disassociate with me.
Nah, I associate with whoever I want. But the thing is, my show was pushed out to 250 people, my thumbnail. Only in all over the world. 250.
That's amazing.
That's nothing.
That's amazing.
It should usually it's like 2, 3, at least 5,000 people that gets to see my thumbnail when you scroll through your YouTube.
Yeah.
But they're totally just blocking me in. I don't know why.
Jarvis, that's what YouTube does sometimes.
Yeah.
That's the channel, people. Tactical Devils. Hit the link. Go there. Subscribe. Love and like, people. And enjoy Saeed's content. He's got the strikers debate. Take care. Big up Jarvis. Love and like. Look after. Good night.
Good night.